Welcome to Let's Talk Red Hill, your source for the latest updates and insights on the Navy's progress at the Red Hill Bulk Fuel Storage Facility. This podcast is dedicated to keeping you informed, addressing your concerns, and sharing progress straight from the experts leading the way.
Hey everyone, I'm Rear Admiral Mark Williams. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Red Hill. Today we're going to be talking about our tank cleaning operations, a key part in our effort to successfully decommission the facility. Joining us here today is our Facilities Director, Captain Steve Stasek. He leads a team of about 30 plus personnel that oversees the tank cleaning, pipeline demolition, and closure activities at Red Hill. Steve, thanks for joining us today. Why don't you tell the audience a little about yourself?
Thank you for having me. Captain Steve Stasek, civil engineer with the Navy with over 20 years of experience. My undergraduate degree is from Cleveland State in civil engineering, master's degree from MIT in civil engineering, professional engineer, state of Ohio. And my most recent tour was with JTF Red Hill, where I was lead engineer overseeing the repair and maintenance of the facility and modifications for the facility for defueling.
Thanks, Steve. It's great to have you and your experience here on the team. So let's talk about the four major steps in tank cleaning. Can you walk the audience through those?
Yes, sir. So it's a four-step process. Step one is the preparation phase. That's where we prep the ventilation system. We degas the tanks, and then we open the manway. Step two is installing the cleaning infrastructure and removing the sludge. So basically in that phase, we do a full inspection of the main tower, and then we remove the sludge, and then we do any repairs that are needed on the tower, and then we install the booms, and the booms are used for cleaning or the pressure washing. And then step three is the actual pressure washing, and then step four is the decommissioning, where we remove the booms, we blind flange the intakes, and then we seal up the tank.
So Steve, generally speaking, how long does it take?
Takes about 6 to 9 months per tank.
And where are we in progress with the tanks that we've started?
So we have 2 tanks that are in the preparation phase, 2 tanks that are in the install cleaning infrastructure and solid sludge removal phase, and then we have 2 tanks that are currently being pressure washed.
So you talked about the 2 tanks. We just started doing the pressure washing of those 2 tanks. Can you elaborate on what goes into all the pressure washing step?
Yes, sir. So we have 2 booms in each tank, and then we've got a basket attached to the boom. So it's very similar to window washers that you would see on a high-rise. And they start at the top and they work their way down, and they pressure wash with the 3% Simple Green water solution. The water that we're using is from the GAC system, so it's reused water. And then also we pressure wash the center tower and the catwalks. So start at the top, do sections, and then we do quality validation on those sections as we go.
So how much water are we talking about per tank?
We estimate 36,000 gallons per tank, and that's based on clean inspect repairs that were done in the past on tanks.
Okay, and you talked about the Simple Green use, which has been raised in the past by the public as general concern. So talk to us about Simple Green. Is it safe to use here?
Simple Green is very safe to use. It's recognized by EPA's Safer Choice program. It's biodegradable and non-toxic to aquatic life.
And what are the steps we're doing to further protect the aquifer while we're doing this cleaning operation?
So basically in the process, as I said before, we pressure wash. So we pressure wash the walls, we pressure wash the main tower, and we let the solution collect at the bottom, and then every day in the morning we'll drain it. And basically when we drain it, we open the valve and it drains out what's called a fuel oil recovery line, or a 4-line. And then when we do that, we do station individuals along the way as we drain it, and it goes to a holding tank outside of the facility. So the 4-line was just recently tested for both leaks as well as pressure, and it passed. It's the annual inspection that we do on that, or an annual test. So that was done in November. So that was just recently done in preparation for the tank cleaning. And then also the holding tank had a complete clean inspect repair done on it in August. So that's certified for 5 years.
So once we get the solution into the holding tank, where ultimately is it taken and ultimately being disposed of?
So the fluid's transported to a DOH permitted facility on the island. It's got oil water separators, settling basins, filter beds, and testing facilities. It'll be treated at that facility, and it'll be properly disposed of in accordance with all regulations.
Thank you for elaborating on that. So let's go back to the cleaning process. How do we know when we've cleaned it enough? How do we verify it's clean?
So we do it in sections. We do it in about 1,000 square foot sections. And we're following what's called the Society Protective Coating Surface Preparation Standard 1. So basically what that states is the removal of all products, vapor, sludge, and residue from a tank, and washing, rinsing, and drying a tank so that no product or residue remains on any tank surface. So basically what we'll do is the contractor will pressure wash the section. They'll do 2 passes with simple green solution. And then after that, they'll rinse it, and then they'll do a visual inspection on it. Once they're satisfied with that, Navy Closure Task Force personnel will come in and do a quality assurance check on that. Once it passes the Navy Closure Task Force test, then we have a third-party quality validator come in, and it's an independent quality validator. And the quality validators are inspectors that are certified with Association of Materials Protection and Performance. So basically, they're certified to verify that SP1 has been met. So they'll do the final test, and that'll be a combination of visual and cloth rub tests. And this whole process has been approved by EPA and DOH.
So thank you for elaborating on that. So how can the public find out more of our progress that we're making towards tank cleaning?
They can look on our website or on our app.
So I hope our viewers can appreciate the cleaning of the tanks is a lot more complicated than the name certainly suggests. Steve, it's reassuring to have someone with your expertise and your experience on the team, and appreciate you joining and walking our viewers through the process today.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks. For our viewers, thanks for joining us, and see you next time on Let's Talk Red Hill.
Mahalo for listening to Let's Talk Red Hill. Stay tuned for our next episode, and be sure to subscribe to stay up to date. Be sure to download the mobile app by searching NCTF Red Hill in the Apple Store or Google Play.